Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen.
Here.
Green.
Here.
LaFour.
Here.
Mistrovich.
Here.
Rundell.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Warren.
Here. Good to see everybody here tonight and back in the, I guess back together all in one room now. Very good. Approval of minutes for the city council meeting of September 21st. A motion would be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion on the motion or the minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We have no audience this evening. We will move on. I will not go unless somebody shows up. I will not go to the audience after each item. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes? If not, motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There is no discussion on the consent agenda. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration. The first one being consideration of special event request, food truck, Star Craft Brewery. Mr. City Manager.
The City Council is scheduled to consider a special event request for a mobile food vendor from Starcraft Brewery to have a mobile food vendor, Scalisi's wood-fired pizza on Sunday, October 11th from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays, their patrons at Starcraft Brewery have limited food options with some of the restaurants in the area closing early, and then sometimes some of the pizza deliveries closing down early as well, depending on staffing. So they were hoping to kind of have a pizza night there on Sunday, October 11th. At this time, they'd like to locate the trailer in front of the business on Forest Street. They did verify with the owner of the food truck that it'll fit completely within the paved area of the tree lawn and not block the sidewalk at the same time, so it won't extend into the street. Daryl Starr, owner of Star Brewery, had hoped he was traveling today, but hoped to be here tonight. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he made it. Again, this is for a Sunday night when most of the area restaurants are closed in their vicinity, and staff is recommending approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I make the motion to approve the special event request for a mobile food vendor for Starcraft Brewery to have a mobile food vendor on Sunday, October 11th from 2 to 8 p.m.
Support.
It's been made and supported. Any discussion? I did talk, I had a chance to talk to a restaurant that's closest to it, and they close at 3 o'clock on Sundays, every Sunday, so they had no problems with this whatsoever. With that, I don't have a problem with it. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 2 is consideration of Little League banner request. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider an across-the-road banner request from Richmond Little League for 2 banners announcing their online registration. In the past, they've put up, Richmond Little League has put up their banner in January. And RGFA has put up their registration the first 2 weeks of November. It is my understanding that Richmond Little League will be handling the recreational softball this coming summer, and so they are requesting the second banner, which includes the wording for softball as well as for baseball. for the first 2 weeks in November. So this would be the first use of the second banner poles that we have by the fire hall.
Very good, thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Across the Road banner request from Richmond Little League for 2 banners for the registration event from November 2nd, 2020 through November 16th, 2020.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Glad to see we're using the second pole already.
Yes.
All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 3 is consideration of City Hall computer upgrades. Mr. City Manager?
The fiscal year 2020-21 budget included $12,000 for computer upgrades related to the switch to Microsoft Windows 10 for our operating system. As we discussed during the budget, they're no longer supporting Windows 7, which is what we're on, and pretty soon many of our programs like BSNA, if we have an issue, they're going to be checking to see which version of Windows we're on and won't be supporting. If we have a conflict, they won't be supporting that either. As a result, we have to switch over to Windows 10, which wouldn't be a big issue other than we often, if we're not having issues with our computers, try to get every bit of life out of them. There's several of our computers that are well over 10 years old and just aren't able to accommodate Windows 10. They just don't have the system to do it. As a result, we have to replace many of our computers. And working with this item with our IT contractor, High Tech, they were able to kind of cut down on their labor costs due to their knowledge of our system and software that we use, other software. So they kind of held their line on their labor cost. So we're asking that council waive purchase ordinance requirements and award the contract to High Tech.
Thank you. Is there a motion before discussion?
I'll make a motion to waive purchasing ordinance requirements under section 64-53D and authorize proposal from High Tech in the amount of $12,000 for computer upgrades at City Hall.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion? What I didn't see, and it's been a while since we did it, but, okay, it's what we budgeted for, right?
Yeah, correct, yes.
This is
Yep.
exactly what we budgeted
Yeah,
for.
we went back to them and said, this is our budget number, you need
This
to.
is all we have.
Yeah, yeah, essentially, yes.
Okay, very good. Anything else? All in favor of the motion, signify by, I'm sorry, roll call? Yeah.
Green,
Yes.
Lafleur,
Yes.
Mistravich,
Yes.
Rindell,
Yeah.
Ricks.
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Motion does pass. Our final item is consideration of park use request, mobile pet groomer. Mr. City Manager?
City Council is scheduled to consider a park use request from Brittany Smith for the, Brittany's Mobile Pet Salon for October 10th, 2020 in BB Street Park from 10 to 11 a.m. Brittany would like to bring out her new vehicle that she's doing mobile pet grooming and place it in the park, kind of like an open house event for that day where she can show residents the services that she has to offer in our community. And then once she gets them as a customer, she would be going to their house to do the actual grooming. But this is kind of an open house for her to showcase what she's able to do.
Thank you. Is there a motion before discussion?
I make a motion to approve the park use permit from Brittany Smith for Brittany's Mobile Pet Salon for October 10th, 2020 in BB Street Park from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Discussion?
This is strictly, it's an open house, kind of meet the businesses, and she's not doing haircuts that day or.
I did speak to her that administration, that we would look differently on this if she was requesting that every Saturday through the summer, she'd be allowed to do this, that this is, we're approving a one-time event for her at this time.
But I think to answer your question, I think she's doing nail trimming.
No?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're saying, would she, during that 1 hour period? I think she would, depending on how many people actually show up. You know, I mean, if somebody comes and, you know, it's a quick thing that can be done within an hour, I think she probably would, yes, to kind of showcase what she can do.
Kind of goes against my grain,
Yeah, yeah.
not unlike the food trucks. We're promoting a out-of-town business. We have 3 dog grooming places already in town. I say if you want to do this, do it on private property. I don't know, I personally don't want to advocate a mobile business that pays nothing to the city of Richmond and is actually taking money away from existing businesses that do pay taxes in the city of Richmond. That's all I have.
Well, just to add to that, too, it is, it doesn't bring anything to the city. It's not an event. It's not a featured attraction that outside visitors would come to. But however, she did just want a one-time, I would say a one-time open house. Is she a resident? I guess that's what I didn't
No.
quite understand.
Oh, Richmond Township.
No.
Richmond Township, okay. But did she ask the township, I guess, to use their park, maybe?
That or other parking lots in town. I mean, there's a lot of parking lots in town
Yeah.
that are privately owned. If you want to do that, I don't see that the city would be against that. It's just, here's my concern. What if it's, we're allowing an outside business to come in and promote their business when we already have those businesses in our community? What if somebody else, let's say, the one that comes to mind is, what if another fireworks company wants to come in and use the park to do exactly what Pyro Joe's, our fireworks store, has? I don't see any difference in that. To me, we would be assisting an outside business to have competition against an existing business in our community that we really don't want to have any more outside, what I want to say, outside competition. Not unlike Amazon with all of our stores, you know.
Right,
are
right. Well, and it's
disappearing.
not an event either. It doesn't attract people, and she's not a Richmond resident.
Well, and if I may, with all due respect, she offers a mobile, so this would be aimed for persons that wanted to have her come to their home. So, although I understand where you're coming from, that it would essentially be competition, but it's different, though.
type of business.
It's different.
It is, and I don't disagree, and
and-
it's, at one time, my wife and I used a mobile service, years ago. But there wasn't 3 groomers in town either. You know, at that time, there was only 1 groomer, and they didn't do the type of dog that we had at that time, so we did find somebody that did do that. I'm not against her business, I'm against
Using our park.
the precedent that it could be setting for other businesses to come in and promote themselves from outside the town, basically against the businesses that we already have here. That's what I'm against. 1 hour in the park's not gonna make, you know, shouldn't probably make a big difference, but it's the precedent that I believe we're setting. Or you can look at it, we're going, you know, request by request, like we do with the food trucks. You can go that route also.
So would she need a request if she came back, if she asked one of the businesses if she could use a private parking lot?
Which what?
Would she need to submit a request if she used a private parking lot?
I don't think she would.
I don't believe so. For an hour, one day, no.
Okay.
I think like anything else, if she would probably fall under some of our ordinances if she set up shop in town.
And those are done administratively, like the outdoor sales that, you know, I'm trying to
Hawker's
think.
license,
No, I'm trying to think of like the smaller setups that used to come for fireworks before they changed the law, you know,
Oh,
and
yes.
you'd have like CVS, I'm trying to think if it was Rite Aid or if it was Family Farm and Home, that used to have a tent that would go out in their parking lot. They would come through and work it for us.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I completely agree with the comments that were made. I do feel a little bit bad in the sense that I know she went through the right channels to do it. Because originally she had to post on social media she was going to be here on the 26th of September. So I don't know if somebody talked to her or she just said, oh, maybe I better check and see. So she did do it the right way, but I agree, it's so close to other businesses that we have. Even though it's a one-time event, it will potentially get people to go to her mobile service as opposed to using the ones in town. So this is a tough one, but I think we need to be consistent. I would encourage us, the administration, to let her know that to go to a private company to see if they would have an interest in allowing her to set up for that hour. Now, if she starts going longer and sets up something more permanent in a parking lot, I don't know. I guess they.
Then it's no longer temporary use.
It's no longer
follow
temporary
through
use, yeah, we'd have
with
to-
administrative review would go to planning commission.
Yeah. And I believe her parents are residents in the city. But regardless, I think we got to be consistent. Even if it was a resident from the city, I don't know. It might make a little bit of a difference, but it's the same concept, same thing.
Do we rent out the community center for people to sell things? I'm trying to.
Like for a craft show, vendors?
I think the closest that I'm aware of what you're thinking of, like of a business,
Yeah, business
is sometimes
comes in.
like businesses, and I don't think Senior Helpers has done this, but others that like offer senior services have rented the community center to showcase their services. You know, they're usually from outside of town, but they have a variety of services that they offer seniors, and that goes more in line with that. I think in the past, we have worked with some other outside businesses to use the park, and we'll probably need to let them know they should come to council. Most recently, the Martial Arts Studio did a demonstration in the park, and
It was a
probably
fundraiser.
based on this, that needs to come to council to get approval.
Yeah, because they're not within the city limits.
Correct.
Okay, what else do we have? John, can you think of anything else off the top of your head?
Those, I think, again, ones that we've approved, yoga twice we've approved, once based on an emergency at their building with flooring, and then second, due to COVID, we allowed them to come and use the park. We've had a couple that I don't believe have come to us. I think there's been a couple, like CrossFit type businesses that were probably people out of their home that just showed up and didn't seek permission, you know, and it's sometimes very difficult to catch those.
Yeah.
Was there non-city residents that set up and sold at the community garage sale at the park?
Oh, yeah. But
We allow non-residents to do that, but
It's an event, but that's
it's
put on by the city. That's the difference.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah. No, good conversation. I'm not sold,
Right.
you know, one way or the other here, but if I could hear, you know, that we do something and it's gonna cause other problems down the road, well, then we need to treat everybody fairly.
Yeah, off the top of my head, the one that, because it was recent, it was the day of our drive-in movie, was the Martial Arts Studio. Normally uses St. Peter's Church, but due to COVID, couldn't, and so they used the park, and they went through Margot. They went through the right channels, but sometimes the things
Yeah, well,
fall
with
through
COVID
the
and
crack, whether it
everything
gets
else.
kicked up to me or not, so, you
And
know.
it was a fundraiser too. They were raising funds for the Rainbow Connection. And he lives in town.
Yeah.
His business is out, I believe.
Yeah, no, I know, but he rented the pavilion.
Well, maybe the Parks and Rec needs to take a look at what it is that's allowed and what's not allowed in our park, and what needs to come to council for special permission or something on that order.
Did this go through?
Due to timing, we didn't.
didn't.
It
you
just
know,
came
and
right to
that's
us. Mhm.
Not uncommon that due to the meeting dates, we bring some things directly to council. Normally, it would have gone through them, but just due to
Okay.
meeting dates, we did not.
Any other discussion?
Just one thing, this would have been a great addition to good old days if we allowed dogs, which we don't, so.
Yeah. I thought the same thing when I read this. It's like, she ought to come during good old days. We'll run her a spot, you know? But, yeah, there's not supposed to be any dogs, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Any other comments? Okay. Being not, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Can I see a show of hands? It's hard to tell. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This-
Against, nay. Motion does pass.
Passes to.
And the motion was to allow her?
That was
To allow.
approval, yes.
It was a 4-3 to approve.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, miscellaneous matters from the city manager. Sir?
A lot of things have been changing, obviously with the court rulings recently. For those that are coming to future council meetings, we all are in this room based on, at the time, the most recent executive order that allowed indoor gatherings between 50 and, I think, 100 based on 20% of, or 20 people per 1,000 square feet. What I saw tonight is that the Department of Health and Human Services did issue a state emergency order going, at least reinstating the mask rule and those guidelines for indoor and outdoor events as far as capacity. So we are following, inadvertently, we are following their issuance that was today.
And when was that, John? What, like afternoon?
Yeah, I just got it. I didn't have it at 4:30 when I came back for tonight's meeting. Another city manager had sent it out that, hey, the Department of Health and Human Services had issued this directive, essentially reinstating at least some of the basics, which was wearing masks in public and the limits on indoor and outdoor gatherings.
That's my question. The school association just said 30% of capacity. Is that?
I think that's within.
Is that what they're gonna?
Yeah, because like for this room, we didn't have fixed seating, but where you have a fixed seating, it was, I think, 30% capacity. Where you didn't have fixed seating, it was 20 people per 1,000 square feet. Okay. So we have, Troy did the calculations for both this room and next door. This room turned out to be 34 people. The community room next door, I think, turned out to be 13 people. And oddly enough, the community center was 34, just like this room.
Okay. Anything else, sir?
I did send out a text. We did get the civic group signs that we have up. We're working with VFW to get the final sign, so if ever anyone asks what that last disc is on those community service group signs, it's for VFW.
Very good. Council comments? John?
Nothing.
Emily?
Nothing, thank you.
Jamie?
Nothing. It did look nice.
Dennis?
Nothing.
Rob?
All set, thanks.
Michael?
Just thank the city councilors for good work they did on filling out the city manager evaluation form. That was went smoother than years gone by. Not sure why, probably other than the fact that we've been through it, and makes it a lot easier to replicate it year over year.
And let's see. We've got the no tricks, only treats. We need vendors, organizations to hand out candy. Please contact
Margot Van Hove at
727-3064 for the Parks and Rec. And do so as soon as possible, please. We need people to do this. That's the tricks or treats. That's going to be held at Bailey Park this year on Halloween night. Also, the City of Richmond Recreation Department has picked up the Scarecrow Decorating Contest that was formerly done by the Chamber of Commerce. We've been informed that they are not doing it this year, so they are scrambling to get this out as soon as possible. Again, you can email parksandrec@comcast.net or call the department at 727-3064. And we would hope that people could get their entries in by October 14th, today being the 5th. There is a $10 entry form fee, and that is about it right now. What else she got? Oh, she's got contest rules and everything else. Is this online? Online?
Yes, I believe it's
John?
on our Facebook page and will
Okay.
be on the city website shortly.
Very good. So go to the city's website and you can find all the information here. So it was a great event. City's looking to keep that going. We go to the calendar, today being October 5th. We do have a special park meeting tomorrow at 6 o'clock for walkthrough through some of our parks. It's our annual walk. It is Fire Prevention Week, all week long. Also, Planning Commission will be meeting this Thursday at 7 o'clock, right here at City Hall. The Knights of Columbus Tootsie Roll sale will be going on, I think that's Friday and Saturday. And on our city calendar that many of you have, it says the Rags 4th Annual Cemetery Walk. Well, with the COVID, that also was canceled. It says there's a fire department open house. No, that's
Canceled also.
with COVID, that is also canceled. And then we have a library board meeting at the library at 7 o'clock, a week from tonight. The Cable Commission will be meeting here at City Hall at 7 o'clock on the 13th. EDC will be meeting here on the 15th. These meetings are all at 7 o'clock. And 2 weeks from tonight will be the next regular city council meeting. Is there anything else that we need to add to the calendar?
Just one clarification, I forgot to change the calendar. The library board will be meeting here. They felt more comfortable with the social distancing that this room allows for.
Okay, at City Hall. So that is on the 12th at 7 o'clock. The library board will be meeting here at City Hall rather than the library. Okay. Now we move on to closed session, which we have one this evening. We need a motion to go into closed session. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to convene into closed session in accordance with Section 8A of the Michigan Open Meetings Act, Public Act 267 of 1967, as amended for the purpose of considering a periodic personnel evaluation of the city manager as requested by the city manager.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, roll call, please.
LaFour,
Yes.
Mistravich,
Yes.
Rindell.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Motion passed. We will go into closed session at this time. We will be back. Okay, we need a motion to go back into open session.
I'll make the motion to reconvene into open session.
Support. What's been made and supported? Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. We're back in open session. We're on to other business, city manager evaluation. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the city manager's evaluation results. The city council has completed the city manager's evaluation with input from all councilors. The city manager evaluation placed the manager between effective to very effective, and the city manager's compensation should be adjusted in accordance with the raises provided to other full-time, non-affiliated personnel this year.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any further discussion? Again, we're in open session. Again, John, you've done an excellent job. We are continuing to work on making things even better for the city and its businesses and the folks that live here. And you again shown great leadership and how professional you are as a city manager, and we certainly appreciate all the hard work that you do all year long. And look forward to working with you another year to make Richmond even better.
Thank you. And as I've mentioned over the years, it's certainly a team effort, not only the staff, the administrative department directors, but also the council. And it's the council working with the department directors and myself that make Richmond the town it is and how smooth things operate here. So very appreciative of the council as well.
Thank you. Any other discussion here? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also would like to make a motion to change a meeting date. Is there a motion? I will make a motion to move the previously scheduled round table meeting that was originally scheduled for October 26th to October 19th at 6 p.m.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Discussion? We had gone from the 19th originally because one of our counselors couldn't be here for the 19th, and it's important that all counselors make it, and she's had a change in her responsibility there on the 19th, so we're able to do that on the night of the city council meeting, which works much better for all of us, since we're already going to be here. So that's why this has come to light now, and we'll be able to get that out in the public, that that meeting has changed back to the 19th. Any other discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. There's no discussion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Thanks for being with us tonight.